Okay, so the reason I make a sequel of Revelation, Starseed Revelation, it's people say, oh, it's an amazing story, but everybody talk about Space Force, a lot of things about extraterrestrial. We have no proof, we have no witness. So I am a proof and a witness. Well, now because a witness watch my life, and after 25 years they call me and tell me you have very a great courage because I don't want to talk for my family, but now I don't care. I want to help you, Jean-Charles, and I want to share with a lot of people that I see with you in 25 years when I was in France. And it's a gift of the stars, because I don't know why now they want to talk, but it's incredible gift for me. And I have a proof and a picture and my parents' testimony. There is 81 years now, and they want to testimony for her son because they want to share, and it's time to share. So the part 2 of the Revelation Starseed will be amazing, my friend, because for the first time of the world, there is a proof about Men in Black, about something happens to me, and there is a lot of witness. Now they want to talk to me.
Do you want to bring balance to all the wireless radiation fields in your life, including 5G? The Omnia Radiation Balancer is a small sticker you can stick on any device. It changes the state of the field and creates a new resonance between the wireless radiation and your energy field. On the link below, you'll see all our testing results that show how the body responds excellently once you've made this change in your life. And here's a special offer for the Journey to Truth crowd. Just enter the word truth in caps at the checkout for your 10% discount. It's easy to bring balance back to your body with the Omnia Radiation Balancer.
This is totally unreal that this happened like in 1942 on this planet.
Hey guys, welcome back. A few things before we get started. As usual, guys, our conference is literally next weekend. It's right around the corner. There are tickets still available if you feel like you can make it out. I know it's pretty last minute to try and come out in person, but there are live stream tickets available. We highly recommend you take advantage of that. I've been working a lot with a live stream guy, and it's going to be a really cool experience. Those tickets are only $111, and you can find those on secretspaceconference.info. We're super excited. We're really looking forward to meeting all of you guys. This is a first time event for us, and we couldn't be more grateful for the way it's already shaping up, and it hasn't even happened yet. So we look forward to seeing you guys all there. As you guys have heard me mention before, we have just recently joined forces with our friend Mason Feary, who started his own orgone pyramid business, Merlin's Lab. And we finally just got some shipped to us. And I'm going to show you guys because these things are amazing. These things are massive. This one weighs about as much as I do. Extremely high quality copper. They have the capstones on them, which I haven't seen many orgone pyramids actually have. And this one in particular has some Lemurian quartz that's wrapped in double wrapped in copper. This stuff is just absolutely incredible. They have some sacred geometry on them. You can get 20% off these using the link below in the description. And I think that promo code is Solstice, and that will give you 20% off if you use the link below. Also, one last announcement, Hopewell Farm CBD, if you guys are looking to try a new CBD, they are having a 20% off sale, also a 420 sale. So you can use promo code JTT420 on the link below, and you get 20% off all of their merchandise. That being said, tonight we are joined by Jean-Charles Moyen. Many of you guys probably know who he is at this point. He's done a number of interviews with Michael Sala, Elena Denan. He has his movie Starseed Revelations and South Shore Origin, which are both amazing. I highly recommend checking those out. And all of his links will be below in the description also. He has an incredible testimony about the French secret space program. He's a lifetime experiencer. So it's not just SSP. This has been going on forever. And he has an amazing story to tell. And we're going to get into some of that. And I actually love the contrast from his testimony to a lot of this Dark Fleet or Nachtwaffen information that we get, because he was in a French secret space program / Solar Warden, and we'll get into all that. But it's a nice contrast to some of the other testimonies we hear. So welcome to the show, Gene.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Am I saying your name right, Jean or Jean?
Yeah.
My name is Moyen, Jean-Charles Moyen. Not John and Charles. Yes,
okay.
Because some people call me Charles, but no, it's John Charles, and after that, Moyen.
Okay, I just making sure I'm saying
like
it
a
right.
medium, like a medium.
Okay,
You're saying it Americanized, Gene.
right.
Yes, Gene. Yes.
Yeah. So your story started as a child. You were an experiencer as a child. You had you were discovering that you had some capabilities and that other children didn't have. Would you mind going into that story and just starting us off from there?
Yeah, it was when I was 4. I was in summer holiday with my parents, and I playing in the sand, and suddenly I disappear in front of my parents. My mother touched me, and where is John Charles? And it's a panic because a lot of people ask, did you see a little boy? And they don't see nothing. And the lifeguard and a lot of people search me during 1 hour. And the beach was very, very, very big, very huge in France. And they're crying, and they stop in 1 hour, and in a few seconds I reappear in the same place in the front of my parents and playing in the sand like nothing happens. So the life continue, and I grow, and I have a capacity after that. At this time, I don't remember nothing when I was, but when I dream, I talk to my parents and say, I have a dream. I was in a spaceship with, when I was 7. I dream I was in a spaceship with a squad and extraterrestrial. Okay. Maybe it's an imagination of a child, like other child. But there is something very strange about my dreams, because when I dreams, I bring something in my dream. If I dream I was in the Bahamas or a Caribbean, I wake up with a tan on my face and the sand in the bottom of my bed. And my parents was very, oh my God, there is something. So they hidden the truth about my family and a lot of friends, because at this time, there is 45 years, don't talk about that, because you go to the psychiatric. And they protect me, and every day there is a lot of things strange about my life. I make telekinesis. I can move the object, and playing with the light, and shut down the light and research me with the power. When I was tired, I was in the supermarket with my mom, and I tell to my mom, I'm very tired. Okay, you must sleep. No, I'm tired now. Okay, I close my eyes, put my hand like that, and suddenly shut down of the whole supermarket.
Wow.
And after a few seconds, light on, and I was very ill and very powerful. But at this time, there is a person with a box of peas, and he listened everything about me, and he was very shocked and frozen like that. And my mom tell me, John Charles, it's not funny. So we go to the to the cash, and to arrive to the cashier to pay the things we take in the supermarket. There is a light in the cashier, and I'm playing up, light on, light off, light on, light off. And my mother, stop it, John Charles, it's not funny. And the same guys in the other lineups listened again and was very, very surprised and probably traumatized. So it was funny for me, because I'm a child, and a child is a very pure, and I play with a lot of things. And after that, I can heal people or animals, and I just put my hands, and something happened. I don't know why, but there is a very, my hand was very warm, very hot, and tingling, and the people say, oh my God, I feel something better, and I don't have hurt of my knees, of my neck, of everything was healed. And after that, I make a lot of dreams, astral travel, and but I don't know if it's really astral travel, because in astral travel you can't bring something in your dream. Mm-hmm. It's like a lucid dream, but when I wake up with something about my dream, really, and after that we take a picture, and in 1 or 2 weeks they disappear. Strangely, I feel a presence in my room, and the next day all disappear. But I'm not only one. I've watched this because my parents see this proof, because I was in. I'm going to another planet. My dad tell me, if you can teleport you, because I think this is this solution. It's not a dream. Can you go outside of Earth? And I say to my dad, okay, I won't try. I'm a kid, so I listen my parents. So for me, it's like a game, you know. Like sure. I dream about Antares planet, Antares, and there is a lot of beings like cat people, feline, and hybrid, and a crystal in the ground, and it's very a bright dream, you know. It's like real. And I remember when I wake up in the next day, I tell to my parents, there is a very strange happening in this night, because I'm sure I was but can you bring something? Oh no, I don't bring something. I see crystal, and when I come back, maybe. And the next day I take my bag with a bottle empty, and take my bag in my bed, and if I dream and I control my dream, maybe I can bring something. But I'm a kid, so maybe I can imagine that I dream the same place, and when I wake up in my dream, I was in the pajamas and I was my bag. So it's curious, because I can control my dream, so I know I don't dream. It's a bizarre, you know. So okay, donc I walk, and beings, hello, cat people, and a lot of things, and I have my feet in a little river, and water, red water, with a lot of crystal inside. So I take my bag, I take my bottle, and I fill my bottle with a crystal inside, and I close my bottle, and I walk, and I wake up. I wake up with this, oh my God, this is a real dream. And I take my bag, no bag, okay? But when I see my bag in the bottom of my bed, I take my bag and I listen, flock, flock. Oh my God, I open my bag, and there is a bottle with the crystal inside and the red water.
Wow.
So I go to the kitchen. My parents take a coffee and hey, you know what? I was in Antares too. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. And I take a crystal. Oh, okay. Pow! In the table. My parents was, what? we live in Paris. Okay, we have in 9th floor in a building, and this is Paris. Okay, like no possibility to you understand. Okay,
Yeah.
so my mother cooking something in the kitchen, and she was very surprised about my dream, and she burned her hand, very injury. And my father, oh, okay, he take a little piece of cotton and take the water and put to the end of my mother. My mother say, oh, what do? You don't know where, okay, no, don't worry. And everything was healed. The burn disappear. It's
Wow.
crazy.
Using the
And,
water from the bottle.
Yeah, and my father want to more liquid and put a water, earth water, but the water turn black, and the water not heal after that. But my father bring the crystal, and he put the crystal in a little box and keep this box in a secret place. And one day, the crystal disappeared too, because it was a crystal from another planet. And maybe beings knows that I have bring something, and they don't want a proof about that, because maybe my family and me will be in danger. So to protect me, they, okay, you want to prove to your parents, it's okay. Proof of your friend, it's okay. But don't keep this proof. And they keep. And it's unbelievable, because my parents during 70 years remember that, remember every detail, because you can forget that. It's incredible.
Right. So then that's an amazing, that's absolutely amazing. That's not something that we hear every day. Even, everyone has experiences, but to be able to bring back a physical item, I love that. And that's really cool testimony. So you eventually, you found your way into the secret space program. And I remember you telling a story about, I guess it was 1981, where you got a heat stroke at summer camp. And that's really where all of this started. Would you mind touching on that? And then we can get into what your time looked like in the programs.
Yeah. All start when I was 13. I was in a summer camp, and we go to hiking in the mountain. And at this time, I don't take my hat, and I have a big, huge sunstroke, and I was emergency in a hospital, because it was very, very painful. Okay, so they do a X-ray to what's happened in my head, because I have a big headache. And in the X-ray, they discovered something very strange, like a little. In the beginning, the doctor thinks, oh, it's a dust, so he reduced the X-ray. But after that, it's not a dust. It's not like a tic tac, metallic tic tac. And after that, they put me in a room to observe me. And I remember I was very dehydrated, and they put me intravenous in my arm to sugar and a lot of nutriments for healing. And I was very dizzy and unconscious. And I remember in the night, there is a doctor came to my room with a military guys, and I try to understand what is they say about me, and I can't understand because the military guys don't speak French. He's spoken German.
Wow.
He marked my mind because I remember. And after that, I lost consciousness. And I remember before I lost consciousness, they put me a mask in my nose, and with the green guys and something bizarre, and I lost consciousness. And I don't know how many times, but I wake up by military guys with white hair and blue eyes. He tell me, hurry up, get up, follow me. We don't want to miss the jump. And what do you say, jump? What is this? So
right.
I trust and I follow the guys in a large corridor of hospital. I think at this time they want to transfer me in another section because I have a lot of problem in my head. So I am a kid. I'm a teenage. So I follow the adults. So we arrive in a big elevator. There is a guy in a black with black glasses, and there is a black suit with a red triangle in the emblem in the chest. And we enter in the elevator, and we go to the basement. But it's very long to go to the basement, so I'm a little afraid, and I realize it's not normal. And the old guys tell me, "Don't worry, everything is okay. Don't be afraid." Because when I was afraid, the light off, and the guys know about me. I'm sure about that. So he was afraid of, okay, keep cool. Everything is okay. Don't destroy everything, okay? So we go to the basement, and the doors open, but it's not the same doors when we enter. I don't remember, the door appear like in the bottom of the elevator. It's another door, okay? Right. So we go to the big hangar with a lot of kids in a grown hospital grown I don't remember, gown. I think it's a gown. Thanks. Yeah. And the military guys, the old guy, tell me, everything is okay, don't be afraid, I must left you, now continue alone. Okay, I'm very I'm not afraid. I don't know, at this time there is inside of me, I have a powerful, and nobody can happen to me. It's a curious feeling, okay?
Right. I just want to recap really quick before we move on, because this is a lot. So you were at summer camp and you had a heat stroke. They took you to the hospital and they found an implant. It looks like a little implant. Did anything else ever come of that implant, or do you know?
No, because after that, when I go to with my parents, my mom receives the bill, but not the radiography, not the X-ray, and she called and could you have the X-ray of my son? Oh, I'm sorry, madam, because we lost. We lost her X-ray. Okay,
right.
So I continue.
So to me then, okay, so then they take you and they say, we need to hurry up. The military guy comes and says, we need to hurry up so we don't miss the jump, which tells me that the heat stroke might have been like almost a direct energy weapon to bring you in a specific time because they needed you for your abilities. You ended up in the basement of this facility with all these other children, and then continue.
So I'm arrived in the table in the front of me. There is a woman. She tell me, put your hand in this box. And I put my hand in the box, and I say, what is that? And it's for your DNA. Okay. And I put my hand and I feel something tingling in my hand with a warm. And after that, she give me a suit with an emblem. It's like a horse wing.
Like a Pegasus.
Like a Pegasus. Yeah, like Pegasus. Yeah. And she tell me, go to the light in the lineup with the other kids. I go to the line, and after in the line, we go through a big bluish light, okay? And when I arrive in like a liquid, and after that, I'm arrived in a few seconds in another hangar, and there is a military and a guys with a white suit, and they test us for abilities, for fighting, for a fear. The most important was a fear, to control our fear. They show a lot of images. There's a lot of things about fear. Many failed, but not me. So the guys, I recognize the radiologist with the military guys, and I heard, this is the boys I told you. And he tell me, come on. And I arrive, okay, go to this black room here. Okay, I enter in a black room, and in the shadow, I feel something very strong, but I'm not afraid too. A little afraid, okay?
Right, yeah.
But in the shadow come from me a big mantis. And she arrived, very huge, very impressive, okay? And she take her paw in my shoulder and tell me, don't be afraid, everything is okay. You have been chosen. And I collapse.
Did she tell you telepathically?
Yes, telepathically, yeah. And when I wake up, I was in my bed in the same room in a hospital for my sunstroke. And oh my God, what's happening? And I lost consciousness again. And I'm wake up by a horn. And what I was in the bus to get out the hospital to go to the summer camp, because I'm healing, but I don't remember how I get out the hospital. There is something amiss about my memory. So I go to the bus, and I am in a bus and go to the summer camp, and everything was a rise of my memory except the tic tac. I remember this time. So I explain, I'm a kid, this is my friend, so I have no filter. And I explain to my friend in my room, hey guys, it's happening. And they judge me. They're very bad. And I was very sad. Very sad. So I wait in the night, every kid sleep. And I get out the window to go to the field near the mountain, and I'm standing in the field, and I say, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to pick me up, please. I don't want to stay here.
Right.
And I remember, sorry, and I'm very emotive like that. And I remember, I see a star moving in the sky, and it was not a star, it was a disc. And the disc picked me up. I was teleported aboard a big spaceship. And this spaceship, there is a lot of creature waiting me and tell me, welcome to the Solaris. And there is a creature, Victor. Victor is my protector, my brother of star. And I invite people to know who is Victor in my video, because I spoke about Victor. When I first met Victor, it was in my room, somebody rummaging in my room, and I wake up in the night. I was 12, and I see a beings in my room when I was in Paris, and we are in contact since this time.
So, okay, that happened before the summer camp experience. You saw Victor come into your room, and he wasn't.
Yes,
he was an ET. But I think I remember you saying, like, whenever you saw him, that you weren't supposed to see him. And
yeah,
can you explain that story?
Yeah. When I was in my room, there is some noise in my room every night, and I sleep on my stomach. So I was paralyzed. It's voluntary. I think it's it's him. So in the other day, I prefer to sleep in my back, and if something happens, I just open my eyes and I see somebody stand in the shadow, and he think if I don't move, he don't see me. So I remember, I tell, I see you, and he move, and he approach to me and come to me and tell me, oh, you see me? Yes, it's not normal, because my vibration, my frequency is not the same, so you don't be able to see me, but I'm different. So I was able to see these beings. So he tell me, he sit on the bottom of my bed and tell me, hello, my name is Victor, I'm here to protect you, and I was in contact with you because in the future you have something happening to you and a lot of question, and you be a part of something very big in the world. So I must to contact you now. So this is the first time. I think it's the first time, but it was not the first time. The first time was when I was 4, when I was abducted in the beach. I was in a space room with 4 beings, light beings. Donc I don't see the face of beings. It was very bright. And when I was 4, I was in a metal chair, liquid. They take my form when I move. They put my form. It's very, very curious. It's like a intelligent liquid metal. And the stand move like this. And he tell me, don't worry, everything is okay. And I'm crying because I see in the bay windows the space with the earth. And I remember I don't see my parents forever. And he tell me, oh no, everything is okay. And there is in my head, and they talk in my head in telepathic, and they put her finger in my head. And I don't know what they do about my head, but something strange. Maybe the implant, maybe. Mm-hmm. I remember the lights off and beings enter in the room. Beings with a suit, with the red eyes and green skin, no hair, and it was Victor. And he bring me and he explained me something, and after that they erase my memory. And when I see Victor for the first time, for me, when I was 12, it was not the first time, because they want to erase my memory about that. Right. Because it was not the right moment for remember the right moment. And it's an accident, because he searched something in my room, and he don't think I see him.
Right.
But
yeah. So then you found out that the Solaris was actually French secret space program / Solar Warden craft. Can you explain how you discovered that information, how you remember this, what your time looked like in the programs, how that all happened?
When I was in the Solaris and they tell me, welcome to the Solaris, there is a blonde woman come from me and she introduced, hello, my name is Maria, but everybody call me Marie, follow me. And I follow this woman, this beautiful woman. It's incredible, perfect face, blue eyes, and very bright. And I think now it's maybe Maria or sick, maybe. Okay, but maybe because she correspond a similitude and a lot of corroborate about something tell Michael and a lot of people about a blonde with the blue eyes and maybe the Venusian, but she tell me my name is Maria. Okay, I follow Maria And we arrive in a classroom with a lot of beings, kids beings, a lot of extraterrestrial, except one child of Earth. And she tell me, there is an empty place, so go to these guys because you are in the same. We are only two kids of Earth. And these kids, her name was David. David, now we are friends in this, in Earth now, but at this moment, I do a movie about my life, and he make a book about his life, and we don't know each other at this moment. And everything he corroborates me. The same program, the same spaceship name, the same area, the same school, the same experience, and a lot of things about our life.
That had to be a pretty profound moment when you guys discovered that you both knew each other. What was that like when you met him finally here on this plane?
A friend of mine tell me there is a guys, he describes the same thing of you. Could you contact him? And I tell, I don't have any time because I work to my movie, and maybe one day. And I work to my movie and he work to a book. And one day I tell, okay, I contact him because people say, hey, you know these guys, they have the same memory. No, I don't know these guys. And we put in a contact. And when we see him, we cry. It was crazy because when I begin my story, it continue my story with the same detail. And it's not a copycat, okay? It's I write everything and he write everything, and we take, and this is the same things. And it was very incredible because I swear I don't know these guys. I live here in 18 years. I live in France 18 years, so I don't know who these guys. It's like I say, Michael, it's a incredible story because he never heard that before.
Right.
That two people have the same memory, and I have the same memory about the spaceship where I was, and Elena Danan have the same memories of another spaceship. And it was 4 months I know Helena. And before that, I don't know Helena. And she write a book, and oh my God, my friend, it's amazing because I don't have heard a story like this, because there is a lot of people recognize me and corroborate what I say, like Dan Willis. Now we are good friends, and we spoke together, and there is some paper, secret paper, level secret. They have something that I don't access, and they corroborate something in Antarctica, something, and I can't read this paper because it's a top secret. And how it's possible? I remember the same thing with the guys in the world that I never seen before.
Yeah,
and I have a déjà vu when I saw Dan. I have a déjà vu, and when I saw Randy or Tony Rodriguez, I have a link with these guys. I can't explain, but it's the same thing with Tony. He feels something. He don't. It's very now we know why.
Right.
Because when I was in the space, my work was to evacuate a lot of people in the slavery about another beings called Draco.
Yeah.
And this is the program. When I was in the space program, it was in the two parts. The first part was when I was in school and teach lot of things during a few years. And after that, they regression me to the same timeline when I was 13 and put me in a room, in my room after my son's stroke. And after that, let me grow until my adult age. And at my adult age, when I was 20, I go to my military services, real in France. I was in a French commando parachutist.
Okay.
And at this time, they put me again to continue and to do my really services. Before it was a training, after I begin my mission.
So that was when you were taken at 20, that was the beginning of your 20 and back.
Yes.
And
when I was 20, when I was 20, I was in the commando parachutist and special force, So in the training, I have a big injury in my shoulder, and they put me in a military hospital. And hang on, I went in hospital, and when I arrived in the hospital, they tell me, don't talk with this guy in this L or wing. I don't know. It's a psychiatric department.
Mm-hmm.
They tell a lot of things, a lot of shit. Okay. But me, okay, I want to talk to you. And I talk with these guys and tell me, in the night we smoke a cigarette and go to the room and the corridor, and we saw something very strange. Oh, what? We saw a military with doctor bring somebody in a bed with a wheel, and they go to the basement of the hospital, and we follow these guys, and near the morgue in the fourth or fifth floor, I don't remember, the elevator open a door, and there is a reptilian.
Oh, wow.
And with a suit. And I say, oh, okay, you believe me? Yes, I believe you. And I decide to check me. Okay, I believe these guys, but I want to check. I'm in a hospital. So in the night, I get out in the basement, and I'm in the front of the guards, and where do you go? Oh, I'm sorry, it's a wrong level. I don't believe you. So I look the guy in my eyes, and the guys get out. Okay. I decide to the next night go in the basement. And in the basement, I see the same circus, with the guys, and the door of the elevator open, but it's not a reptilian. It's a tall gray with the same suit, but a big eyes with a big head and the bluish and like a gray blue, gray blue. And oh my God, it's real. And at this moment, I go to my room, and the next day, I asked to the doctor, I don't find the guys in the psychiatric. It's not your business. Sorry, where they go? It's not your business. They left. Okay? And nobody knows where these guys go, and nobody knows nobody. At this time, the doctor tell me, okay, don't forget your treatment for your shoulder. We have a special device, a new device called Excalibur, to repair in the infrared the muscle in your body. So go to your treatment. I go to the treatment. It was a very special device, and they put me the connector and they forget me in the lamp, and they burn my shoulder. So I was a big injury, and they was afraid that go to the justice, and they don't want that. So they tell me a lot of medicine to repair my shoulder, and I'm sorry. I have a lot of medicaments for my shoulder. So in the night, I was in my bed, and I was very dizzy because they put me a lot of like a morphine, morphine,
Yeah.
and I remember the doors of my room open, and there were military, and they put me in the bed and go to the basement. And at this moment, when I arrive, they tell me, I'm wake up with a big, they pick me with
IV needle.
Yeah, needles, and I wake up and no injury, no problem, and go to this table, put your hand in this box. And I remember, put your hand in this box, like when I was young, to compare my DNA. This is the guys. And after I put my hand in the box, they recognize my DNA and go through the lights again. And I am in the front of Maria. And she tell me, it's not too long. Sorry, who are you? Oh, excuse me, follow me. And we enter in the room, the big cylinder. She take me, go to the cylinder, and there is a light, like a photocopy,
Mm-hmm.
And I remember everything, my training, and my mission begin at this moment. We enter in a big amphitheater with a big planet, with a constellation, maybe a confederation of world, and there is a lot of beings, but the same beings in the class, but adults with a suit. And Maria begin a speech, and I wake up.
Wow. So they put you in some sort of a device that just recovered all your memories, or it just took whatever it did. That's pretty amazing. I've always wondered about a device like that could, because there's so many of us who've been a part of these programs. And I've always said, if they have a way to block the memory, they have a way to unblock it, So it seems like that device, that's what that did. It's really interesting. And
yes.
So you think,
and after that,
whenever they injected you, you think that was some sort of adrenaline or?
Yes, adrenaline. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. It was adrenaline because it's like you take 10 coffee or 10 Red Bull and I'm very strong and no pain. And I was it was unbelievable. And I'm ready. So when I go and when I arrive, she tell me, welcome to the Solaris.
Again.
Yeah. Again. Yes.
Okay. So, man, there's so much to unpack here. So your time on the Solaris, I remember you saying in a past interview that there were no human leaders on the Solaris. It was ran by ETs. Is that correct?
Yes. I have a squad, and each ETs and humans hybrid have special abilities. My abilities, why I can teleport me without any device. No device for me. Somebody have a belt with a teleporter, and not me. And she called me, Maria called me, you are a super STARSEED. And when I was in my training was different from other children. I was introduced a mantis. the same mantis I met when I was young. So she teach me a lot of things, like the fight. Imagine to fight against a mantis with a big power. It's very difficult, you know, tack, 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 tack. So,
Yeah.
but it's not only the strong, it's in your mind. Because she tell me, I want to prepare to you from a lot of mission. And if you fight against a Draco, don't fight against a Black Draco. Who is a Black Draco? Black Draco is a very, very dangerous, very speed, very strong, and you don't want that. So she teach me to think, no think. I explain. If you have against a fighter like a Draco, he knows what you want to do before you want to do, you know?
Right.
So you must create a screen and you want think behind your screen, you want to kick. It's very difficult.
This has been explained by,
Yeah.
So Elena had somebody on her show a year ago, maybe longer. He came forward for the first time, and then right after the interview, he passed away. But he talked about having to fight the Draco, and in particular, a sword fight in this case. But he described the same exact thing. He said that the only way to defeat them was you had to trick them like that, like you just said. And you not only did you have to trick them, but you had to be 5 moves ahead of them, because even if you tricked them, they could still see your like next 5 moves before you were going to. So you had to be thinking of your 6th move and in order to trick them. And it was really interesting the way he described it, but you're describing exactly the same thing.
But it don't work every time, my friend, because one day I failed. One day I was to say, I must say, in a mission, a lot of people in a slavery, in a Mars, with my friend David Rousseau, the kid when I was with the Earth kid, like me. And we are a friend and a brother, and I protect him because he is more younger than me. So I remember we are in the planet, and this day for the mission, David feels something wrong about this mission, but he share me. But I'm a fighter. I'm a specialist of fight, and no, don't worry, everything is okay. I have a belt in my body that I push the button, and I have a force field around me, and he protect me against everything. Don't worry. But we arrive in the planet and we are surrendered by a Draco, and I push David to protect him, but I don't have the time to push my button to protect me. And you know what? The Draco in front of me was a Black Draco, and he understands that I have no time to push my button. He knows. So I don't have any time to feel, to think another thing. And the big tails slice the air and cut me inside my back, and I fallen in the ground. It was so painful, you don't imagine that. I feel I'm dead. And the team and squad of David shot the Draco and disappear in the dust of fire, and like in the movie, he melts. Okay,
Yeah.
they put me in I don't remember the like gel, like
Like a regen tank.
like a little bed in the levitation, and go to the Solaris in the emergency medical and put me in a med bed.
Oh, okay.
I remember go to the med bed with a liquid in the middle of my face, and there is a lot of crystal, and I feel something warm and for healing to me. But it was very long for me. Normally, it's not long, but for me, my injury was very, very bad. everybody think I'm dead. And after the medbed healed me, everything was very fine, and I go to work again.
Wow.
And with my team to because everybody was happy, we go to the Excelsior, is a big spaceship, mother spaceship. There is a Solaris, the part of Solar Warden. The Solaris is a big spaceship to go to the mission, and there is a American-French program with the Solaris. The Solaris is a part of Solar Warden. Solar Warden, for people, everything. Oh, Solar Warden is just only American. No. There is a lot of country in the space. And there is something hidden, and my friend, it's very, very big. So the Solaris was a part of the spaceship of the Solar Warden. And there is a lot of big spaceship named Excelsior. In this spaceship, there is a lot of ecosystem, a lot of waterfall, a lot of alien department, a space room for a cafeteria and restaurant and a bar. And after I was healing, we go to the bar, and we are very happy. And
Nice.
This is important detail, because in this bar, they drink. We drank a drink, a blue drink. Okay, like this.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And Helena described in her book, A Gift from the Star, I think, the same spaceship who is Toran in the same bar, in the same drink, in the same blue drink. And everything I tell is corroborated by another people, and it's incredible things.
Now,
Wow.
was that drink alcohol, or was it?
No. It's a drink with little bubbles inside, and there is oxygen, inside. If you take this too fast, it's a shoot,
Okay.
So the first time I don't know, so I shoot, and I was very dizzy.
So what would one expect to see in space where all these ships are stationed? You have the Solaris, you have the other ship that you mentioned with the ecosystem and the waterfalls and everything.
Excelsior.
What would you
There is a lot.
would you
Oui.
see a whole bunch, like a whole fleet of ships? Are they all stationed near each other? Is there like a central hub where they're all like flying in and out?
I remember the Solaris board and the stick in like a hub in the space with the Excelsior, because Excelsior was very, very huge spaceship, and something you want to walk, something you teleport in the bottom of the spaceship, because there is a little teleporter in a room, and you put your feet in a little square, and it lights, and you disappear in the bottom. It's a very huge spaceship. In the spaceship, there is an ecosystem, like I say, with mountain, hills, and they reproduce a lot of beings, a lot of animals, ecosystem, like dolphin, like you can live a lot of years in this spaceship. And it's funny. And then there is a restaurant with a food replicator, and you are hologram, and you put your hand, and it tell me what you want, nutriments, and they scan all your body and what you need. You want to chicken or vegetable. You have a lot of things, but it's like a baby food, with all nutriments. It don't look like the picture, but it smell and it tastes the same things. but it's not the same thing about. It's funny because when I say to Elena and Danny, it's like a poo, and.
Oh man!
And we remember that, and every beings eats like a Starfleet, exactly like Star Trek Discovery. And in there is a 1 month in the episode of Starfleet, there is I think Star Trek Discovery, the next season, the new season. Before the episode was shooting, I made my interview with Elena, and we talk about the cafeteria and the restaurant, and the joke about the blue drink. And you know what? In the next week, there is an episode, and they go to the mission with Captain Burnham, etc., etc., and they go to the bar and they drink a blue drink. It's right. Amazing. And in Star Trek Picard season 2, he is in the front of a spaceship, and behind Picard there is a warning. Spaceship enter in the hangar, and the name is Excelsior.
What?
Wow.
No way.
And it was before they write this episode. There is 2 or 3 weeks I tell about Excelsior and this, and it was not, you see this. No, it was not scheduled in the TV.
Right, and we've always heard Star Trek is like direct disclosure. I mean, down to
Roddenberry knows about. I think they make a Star Trek to slow disclosure about people, because a lot of movie in Hollywood is for awaken people, right. And I do this thing with my movie, but it's not a movie. Except South Shore is a little romance, but there are 1880 true. I'm not a special agent. I'm not Jonathan Fox. It's acting.
Yeah, for the people who don't know, his movie South Shore, you're acting as a character, so it's kind of fiction, nonfiction. So it's telling your story, but you're playing a character of somebody else. It's actually really good. I recommend it. And he's working on a second one. But I want to go back to the Solaris and talk about the beings that actually run it. So it's not humans. Yeah. What race?
Yeah.
What race are we talking about here?
Oh, a lot of race, my friend. There is a feline people, beings. There is a suit with a hole in the suit, with a tail in the suit, and they spoke with telepathy. And sometimes they want to try to do their best to explain with the mouth, but it's like it's not like we spoke, because it's funny.
Like a feline being, you say? With
feline beings, yeah, and there is reptilians too, but it's very important to clarify this, because all reptilians, it's like humans. There is a bad humans, there are bad reptilians, and there is a good reptilians. Okay,
right.
Oh, yeah.
And there is a reptilians in space, reptilian in aquatic reptilians. There is a reptilian intraterrestrial in Agartha, in the inner Earth. Mm-hmm. And there is a lot of reptilian, blue, red, and there is a Draco. And the Draco is not the same, okay? But every Draco not bad. There is a Draco that changed our camp, because they are not agree about. There is Imperial Draco, and they destroy a lot of universe, not planet, universe, and they make agreements with Nazi and German, and it's but every reptilian is not bad. It's very important to tell that, okay?
I
and there is a lot of beings, gray, hybrid, and leopard, like a jaguar, and there is a hybrid like human and feline, and only feline too.
Really?
And there is a lot of beings. There is a aquatic beings, and they live in a spaceship, and they cohabite. They live with the humans, but they have a environment, okay, because they must to be to other races like us. Not like us, like races, and we share a lot of things. They're very kind. They learn a lot of things about us, and we learn about a lot of information about him. And we go to the mission. We go to extract crystal. We go to the diplomatic mission. We go to save slavery. About Draco, and we go to a crystal. There is an exchange, like a currency, but the exchange is with a crystal. You give a crystal and you have something, and we had a crystal for the med bed, a crystal for the weapon, the crystal you can hit a kind of crystal. It's crystal. And there is a lot of things. And I share this information with my friend Dan Willis, and he tell me, oh, wow, because the crystal is very important of his life.
Mm-hmm. That's fascinating, especially, so you're going on so each mission was obviously mission specific. It was different. But what I like about this is we're hearing the benevolent side of things here. You know, a lot of these whistleblowers are coming forward, disclosing these dark programs, which is good because it needs to be exposed so it can be healed, transmuted, and so we can get past that. And I think that's why we had that wave of whistleblowers come forward. And I've been saying this for a year or 2 years now, that I know we're going to get another wave of guys that are going to speak up. They're going to come forward talking about this benevolent program. There's another program that hasn't been disclosed yet. And it sounds like you and Dave Russo are talking about this, and I'm sure others, because you guys aren't the only two, you know, so I think it's very interesting, and it's great contrast to that other side that we always hear about. And it's good to know that there's actually missions taking place that are actually benefiting humanity, and not the other way around. So
every program was not. I heard a lot of people explain our life, and it's very bad experience, like Tony, like Randy, and for me, it was a very, very amazing experience, and I am in contact already with the beings, and I feel there is something happen at this time, like orc in Antarctica. And I have a lot of things about that, my friend. It's now. It's not there is 20 years. It's now. It's happened something. The open minds of people during these 2 years. Some people stay home for a lot of things we don't share now, but you understand, some people open minds during these 2 years, and it's very important. I think there is a lot of people interested about extraterrestrial and another thing, like information in a TV. But okay, what I do now, I'm staying in my home during 2 years. Okay, I won't read that. I want to hear. I want to watch the Journey of Truth. And oh my God, they discover a world they hidden, and I know I see a lot of people awaken. It's a very, very, very good thing.
Right.
Same. Yeah.
Seems like we're finally making some headway in a lot of areas, and the cleanup is happening, and it's just good. It's good to see and hear about. Just get some good news for once, you know.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And okay, so you did, aside from the Solaris, were there other, like, multiple programs you were a part of, or was that the only one?
Only one. The program for me was the same program, but in two parts. First part, I was in the school, like everybody in a school. And after that, when I was ready, I go to the mission when I was adult, because I don't fight a child, and I don't have a bad experience like electrify and something very bad. And I remember somebody telling me, maybe you don't remember, and they erase your memory. No. I feel inside of me, nobody happened bad to me. I was with the good beings and surround with the good beings. And now I share my story because it's a different story. Because when I say a lot of things, I was abducted, they take my babies, they take my sperm, they take, it was very, the gray and oh my God, okay, this is experience. And the people say, oh no, I don't want to talk about extraterrestrial, it's bad. No, there is something good exists. And the people must see and must know a different story, because everything is not bad. It's like extraterrestrial invaders, and no. They want to tell this for stop your awakening. And if everything is not good. Okay, it's not a Disney. It's, there is a bad and there is a good.
Mm-hmm.
It's normal, but there is a good, and we must talk about the good.
So why did you decide to come forward right now? I mean, obviously you've known about this stuff for years. Did something happen that made you feel comfortable stepping forward?
I tell you, my friend, because some people around me, a friend and a lot of people tell me, oh, no, don't share this because your reputation and profile and a lot of, okay. So maybe it's not the good time. And I wait. And one day I'm 15 and 51 and no. I feel inside of me, it's time to share my story. I don't care about people say, oh, you're crazy, you see. But now the thing is different, because there is a lot of people corroborate my story, like David, like Elena. And if I'm crazy, we are all crazy with the same crazy corroboration. It's impossible. So I decide to share my story now, because Elena don't write a book to my pleasure, or my friend too, or you know what? For Michael, if you want to interviewed by Michael is not easy, okay? Because Michael is a very intelligent person, beings I like so much. And, he investigates about me. So we are friends, it's not a problem. But for a reputation, they don't put somebody, oh, I'm extraterrestrial contact, okay, in the front, and investigate about me since 2 or 3 years to be sure my information was right. And I know, and he tell me, you're my friend, I love you, but don't worry, I must check your story. Okay, so I give her information, personal information, for just him, for my military service, for my military base name, that I don't tell this, okay? But he know where I was, and he checked with GP, with a lot of people, and he found our connections, and everything is right. Okay, so he decide, okay, I check everything. He asked me 200 questions. And I can make a movie. I can make a book with the question of Michael before he interviewed me. Okay. So now when people say, oh, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I check these guys. Okay. During 3 years. Okay. So.
Right.
So, and after that, after my first interview with Michael, Elena contacted me and decided to interview me. And at this time, I don't know who is Elena. For me, it's a archaeologist, and she interested by extraterrestrial, but I don't know everything. And I am interested and go, oh, interesting. Okay. We go to interview, and in the interview, we discovered, oh my God, we don't know each other. And I say to Elena, people think it's a trick. It's arranged. It's not possible because it's a joke. It's you have the same memories. No, it's not joke. It's really, and it's not finished.
Right.
Hang on, because the sequel arrived, and it's amazing.
Well, we're looking forward to that. So yeah, the vetting process is very important, and thank God for people like Michael Sala who have done that already. So we can just interview you, trusting your information without having to vet you, like our recent guest, our Navy whistleblower. I was talking with him for at least a year and a half before I decided to have him on the show, because so many things checked out. A lot of people don't realize that, but I learned the hard way. Yeah.
Yes. A lot of people, like you said, a lot of people assume there was no vetting process and he just came out of nowhere. And it, like Tyler said, he'd been vetting him for a year and a half, like pretty thoroughly. So,
yeah.
And, you know, you can be pretty certain at that point who.
And a very precisely question. He asked me a precisely question. When I say a question, I say, "Oh my God, okay, you want a detail? Okay, I give a detail." And when I asked to Michael, and at this time I was connected, and I was the name and everything I give to Michael with information, I give precisely the country, the name, and he can corroborate everything. And after, okay, it's like the CERN in Switzerland.
Exactly. And then eventually at some point, there's no coincidences. It's like, okay, like you just can't keep proving yourself over and over. Like it's you're lying or you're not, you know? So yeah. Well, we appreciate that. And so there was something else I wanted to ask you. You've spoken about a planet with two rings.
Yes.
And did you call that the United Nations of Planets? Did I hear you call that?
I remember the logo, the emblem, in the metallic emblem behind Maria was the planet with two rings like that. And there is stars like a Pleiadians. It was a mix. Right. And when I tell that information to Elena, she asked me, this is the galactic of the world. I don't remember, because I think there is a lot of name, but it's the same thing. Galactic Confederation, Victor tell me, Federation of the World. And but like say Jermaine, because I heard your show yesterday, he tell me there is a lot of name, but this is the same thing.
Same thing, different names.
Yeah. Right. Yep. Precisely. Yeah. There's so many different names for the same thing. Like there was a big controversy about, it's not called Dark Fleet. It's called this. Yeah. It's called this. You know, we're talking about the same.
This person's lying because they're calling it a different term. Right. Like no, there's different names.
We're talking about the same group of people here. So that planet, whenever I first saw that depicted on your interview with Michael Sala, it took me back, because I had drawn this planet before with the two rings, with a little star cluster, and I don't know anything about it. I don't know why I draw that, but when I saw you share that, I was like, holy cow. And then I was going to ask you also if you would be able to elaborate on the Pegasus a little more and what that actually meant, as far as like, was that a rank or what?
I do my research in the internet, because I don't know what is that, and the wing horse, and I discovered like Andrew Basiago, tell about and I realized in the 2 days, because I heard I watched the Stuart
Swirlo.
Yes. And he talked about Montauk Project, and I have a chill, because he described the same thing, the same age when he was in a little boy, and 13, the light and the needles, and go inside like water, and he passed through a door, and he explained the children sent to another dimension, and Mars, and a program, and it's like me, but it's very bad for experience. But for me, it's the same, but with the good beings. Okay, and when I don't remember what I say.
We were talking about the Pegasus.
Oh yeah, Pegasus. Yes. And so he described a Pegasus project, but he talked about Philadelphia experiments, and the sequel was Montauk, and Montauk with the Montauk chair with a crystal, and they can materialize dreams. And I think I have the same capacity, but with no device, because I can bring something in my dream. So it was a corroborate something, okay? And after Montauk was finished officially, and he tell to Michael, and it was a shock for me, they continues, but in France, in Europe, and continues in CERN. And I spoke about the CERN because CERN with the collider, hadron collider, to open the gates in a different dimension. And the name of this project was Awake, Project Awake. And when they start the project in the night, there is a little storm with the purple striking in the night, and no electricity in the whole country around the CERN. And I remember when I was in my summer camp, I was very near the Switzerland, because I go to the summer camp with my friend, and I go to summer camp and Easter camp. I go to skiing, and I remember that the CERN was in 1 hour of my camp. Right. I remember that.
Very close.
So there is a subway or
subterranean.
Yes. In the summer camp where I was.
Right. And
I remember, yes, I think there is a communication with a lot of things behind. Yeah.
But in particular, going back to the actual Pegasus on your uniform, did you find out what that meant? Because was it part of that project?
Yes, because it's the same name, because the emblem is a Pegasus, a wing horse. Yeah. And curiously, I discovered that Andrew Basiago talked about the Pegasus project, and he was a part of Pegasus project, and he tell there is the emblem. I don't remember if this is the emblem, but the name is Pegasus project. And it's curious, it's very strange that in my suit, I was a Pegasus. So I think in France with America, United States, there is a agreement, like I say in my movies, Revelation, STARSEED Revelation. So it's not a hazard. It's a corroborate. I think there is the CERN was found for $1,500 million by United States to put the money in this project. It's curious, because why United States found a project in France? Because it's the same.
So that's interesting. You have Pegasus and Solar Warden.
Yes,
you put the two names together. It's Solaris.
Yeah.
It's Solaris.
Everything is linked. Everything is linked, my friend. I know. I'm sure that.
Okay, and then you mentioned military with a black triangle on their uniform. Did you ever learn any more about what that was?
You know what? It's curious because I discovered there is 2 months. I do a research and what is the red triangle? I search. And you know what I discovered? It's an emblem of special forces of Nazi.
Oh, Nessie?
Really?
Will you explain that to the audience?
The Nazi, the German have troopers and elite forces and like a commando in 1845.
So it's German based.
It's curious. Maybe the red triangle is another emblem for another group. I don't. But it's curious that I discovered the red triangle. It's an emblem in German Nazi, and the guys have this particularly red triangle in the suit, and it was a special troop of army.
You know,
I don't say it's that.
Right.
I discovered that. So people can search what about this triangle, but
well, it's curious because I have a friend who has recall from Mars. She had an experience one night and she saw a black uniform with a red triangle, and she's been trying to figure out if anyone else's testimony corroborates. We asked Tony Rodriguez, he didn't know. So you're the first one who's talked about this. And from what I gathered from her experience, it wasn't a great experience with those people, but this is it's just interesting to hear you talk about that also.
Yeah, it's curious. It's curious. Exactly. You have a question, Aaron? Do you have a question for me, my friend?
No, I mean, it's all fascinating. And a lot of what you said does corroborate, like you said, perfectly with a lot of Elena's testimony and some of even Alex Collier's testimony. When you said the Excelsior ship had like all that nature and stuff in it, that reminded me of what Alex Collier talks about with the Andromedans, that they have this massive mothership that is like a planet inside of a ship essentially. And you would never know. He's like, you would never know you were on a ship unless you knew that. You would think you were on a planet. And he said many of them live out their entire lives in multiple incarnations. They've always like keep reincarnating on that ship and live out their lives on that ship. So what you said with that reminded me of that, like that corroborates. So that seems to be a very common thing out there, like these massive motherships that have ecosystems and all kinds of stuff. So,
right. Yeah.
It's really cool.
And I don't tell about my lucid dream in 2 months when I was in Ireland, where precisely where I live Elena. And at this time, she made the same dreams. And we are together in the spaceship with Toran and teleport Antarctica. Precisely under the Lake Vostok. And now we discovered the Ark is precisely near the Lake Vostok.
Oh, wow.
And I see a lot of beings, blue beings in stasis, in the form of stars with the crystals in the panel of the spaceship. And when I approach to this stasis tubes, they light, and when I go out, they light on,
really?
off, and I have an interaction with that. And this is the next interview with Michael and Elena in Monday. We're preparing about this news about ARC, and this is a lot of stuff corroborate, and it's amazing too, my friend.
Wow. That's incredible. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that either. And you know what else is interesting? The Navy whistleblower we had on, he's been friends of mine for a year and a half now. And before, he's the one who originally sent me your interview. He goes, this guy is talking about real stuff. I've seen some of the stuff he's talking about. And that was how I even discovered you first. And so I that's just take it for what it is, but that's another corroboration. Somebody else who claims to have seen the same thing. And I just find that fascinating. Absolutely fascinating that you just can't make this stuff up at some point. And the people that try and call bullshit, like, even the people that demand proof, if you show them proof of footage of a UFO or an alien, they're going to say that's fake, because anything can be faked. There's just an inner knowingness here. And at some point, is like I said, there's no coincidence. This is really happening. It's reality. And they've been telling us about it.
You don't. It's not a coincidence when you don't know people, and he say something, and you hidden some detail voluntarily, and he tell, oh, do you remember what sort of uniform? And yes, I draw, and this is the same. Okay, this is the same memories, and it's incredible because when you met somebody, tell there is the crazy people too, fan and and yes, but there is something you can describe with a feeling, like when I see Tony, when I don't have talk with Randy right now, but one day I think I talked with Randy. When I see this guy for the first time of my life, I don't know who is Randy, and this is a space soldier, and I know these guys, and this is it's like a deja vu, very, very strong, and chills, and because it's I let now I listen and watch a story of Randy, and oh my God, I don't know these guys, and I don't talk these guys, and I try to contact him, and I can't right now. But one day I think it's the stars align when it's go. Okay, right. So Tony, it's the same thing. When I see Tony for the first time, I was very emotive, and I was like two cats in the It's amazing, and I appreciate that you inviting me today. I'm very grateful for that, because you let me explain my story, and don't cut me like somebody, and I do my best in English, so I hope people understand me, and
absolutely. It was nothing short of amazing. Thank you so much. And
thank you very much.
Where can people find you if they want to look up your work? Do you have a website or a link?
In YouTube, they type CONNEXION ALIEN. This is my channel, and there is a link about my movies. They can find me in Vimeo on demand. South Shore Origin. It's a movie romance with truly events, but they must watch the 15 capsule about my life to understand STARSEED Revelation, about my real life, with everything 100% is real. So it's important, because they lost, what is this? And there is a connection between the 15 capsule video and STARSEED Revelation. It's very important.
Okay.
This is my Facebook, Jean-Charles Moyen, and Rive Sud Origin. It's in French, South Shore Origin. In French, it's Rive Sud Origin. This is my webpage, and they can contact me. And I do a lot of things with my abilities. I do my best to help people. Like I say, because I don't want a problem with a doctor. I don't heal. I try to. It works, and I do a quantum healing. It's at the distance with the people suffer of something, and I just concentrate my energy, and it's.
Wow.
It's called a miracle. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand why it works, but it works. When I ask something in the universe, I can connect with the people I do counseling, my friend, with people in China, with the people in Colorado, in France. And I remember I want to share this. It's the first time I share this with you. So it's just for you. Maybe I take a risk to do that, but I don't care. Somebody contact me because there is a pain in the body and a lot of problem of muscle. And yesterday, and I'm concentrate about this person, and she contact me yesterday and tell me, I don't know. Are you okay? Oh yes, it's the first time since 4 years I go to the gym.
Wow.
4 years.
She was feeling good enough to go. Yeah.
Oh my God. So thank you. Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's the universe. So I'm very glad to be good. So
yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's and I believe that stuff absolutely is possible. Energy healing, we know, is possible. And at long distance, there is no distance. And that's been proven.
Exactly.
That's been proven in experiments with even structuring water. They've been able to restructure water by triangulating 3 people in 3 different locations, and they all put their consciousness on this one cup of water.
Yes.
And they're all able to restructure it. And they were proving this by sending it negative and positive energy. And then it has a different structure when it freezes. Well, they were doing this for so long that they realized they didn't even need the people anymore, because that water, that intention had been set in that area. Every time they would put a cup of water in that area, it would restructure and rebalance.
Oh, wow.
So this is just a small provable experiment, but this stuff works. It's all intention. And if you really know how to connect and tap in, anything is possible.
You are what you think.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that.
I know.
We are creating our reality by our intention.
Yeah.
Right.
If you think bad things, you are bad things. If you think good things, you attract. When I read the first time I read the book of Michael Sala, and I open the book and I say, I am in Quebec, okay? And at this time, Michael was in Hawaii. So it's impossible. I have no money for that. And it's very, very long travel. And I say, oh, I know these guys. And I say, one day it will be friend. And I close. And after 2 years, this is my witness of my wedding in Hawaii, and this is my friend. And I go to Hawaii with Melanie, my wife, and we are a good friend. And now everything is possible when you want something.
Right. It's manifesting. Yes. Right. Well, thank you so much. Thanks again. This has been incredible. I've said that too many times now.
Thank you very much.
But we look forward to all your projects coming up. Definitely looking forward to your upcoming interviews. Thanks again, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, grab a live stream pass to the conference. It's next weekend, secretspaceconference.info. And if you have any questions about that, you can just email us at journeytotruthpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram. And we also have a Rumble account in the event anything happens to our YouTube channel. And we are on almost every audio platform, including iTunes, Apple Podcasts, except for Spotify. They took us down, so screw them. But good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.
I mean, for the average listener who's listening to these experiences, it doesn't make any sense how they could be doing this.
Yeah, it's complicated because that's reality. Reality is complicated. Our lives ain't simple. We can't put everything in simple boxes in black and white. That ain't how it works out there.
I think that they're gonna want to give us a disclosure that brings people up to speed quickly, but also keeps them in the dark about the real important stuff. They're gonna give us 90% of the truth with 10% of the lies.
Mm-hmm.
And those 10% of lies are more damning than all the truth can overcome.
They realize that if this goes the way it probably will go, they could face crimes against humanity charges at some point. with the International Criminal Court, and that's the bigger issue. There will be people who are political elites here in this country that people will not understand why they're being charged. These people that everyone looks up to, and they're like, oh my God, these people are so awesome. And all of a sudden they're getting charged for crimes against humanity. And what these people don't realize is these particular individuals enabled these corporations to do what they did.
They're not going to drag us across the finish line, but it's going to be hard, but it has to be hard. So people will always remember, and this won't ever happen again.
It's all written in us. We're just kind of playing this out, regardless of what the surface war happens to look like right now. And I think our purpose here is really developing our consciousness.
This whole process is not just about what's going on in the world and this great awakening that's happening with all these different people. It's about the great awakening that's happening with all of the individuals and how we can take care of ourselves and keep ourselves healthy, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
We're taught not to go into this part of ourselves that knows everything. We're taught to turn that off, actually, very purposefully, so that we are in a confused state that we rely on authority, right?
Because we incarnate for these experiences, It's not a victim thing. I incarnated for this experience, so then the question is why?
And oftentimes they program us. They help in programming us and giving us those limiting beliefs. And we have to kind of shatter those and be like, no. This is actually my divine self. This is actually what helps me align with the divine creator. And I need to purge all those things that you programmed me with, or that the programs programmed me with.
Understanding the larger picture and things like secret space programs is really important. We want to know what's operating behind the scenes that's controlling this individuals in these leadership positions and this larger sort of negative ET agenda, but also the kind of support and assistance that we're getting, while also appreciating the fact that we're here to save ourselves and to step up to the plate. And it's really important to step up to the plate.